Today we're working on all the various forms of C minor. Welcome. Welcome to the studio. My name is Cassie and I'm a professional violist and teaching artist. So today we're going to be working on C minor, and there's three forms of minor. There's natural, harmonic, and melodic. We're going to first work on natural minor. This is the scale that shares the key signature with its relative major. So to find that relative major, what we're going to do is go up 3 half steps from C. So C up a half step is C sharp, up another half step is D, then up another half step is E flat. So C minor and E flat share the same key signature. E flat major has 3 flats, B flat, E flat, and A flat. So the only accidentals that affect our natural minor scale are those 3. Everything else is natural. So for instance, if I'm starting on my low C, it's C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, and C. So those are the only accidentals that are going to affect that natural minor scale. We're going to play this really slowly at first so we can work on tuning, and then we'll speed the scale up a little bit later once we've got that tuning settled. I always recommend having a tuner on your stand. I have one on mine to keep us honest. And we're going to aim for our fingers to go down on the tips so that we get the cleanest form of that intonation. Just a reminder, if you want my fingerings, those are always available on Patreon, and we would love to have you there. The link is in the comments. So let's start that C natural minor scale. I'm going to be holding each note for 4 counts. Ready? Go. First finger D, low 2 E flat. Third finger F, open G, low 1 A flat, low 2 B flat. Third finger C. Keep going up. D, low 1 E flat, low 2, third finger G, low 4 A flat, low 1 B flat, 2 C, back down, able to center those pitches because we were going so slow. We're going to go twice as fast now. We're going to hold each note for 2 beats, and it's really helpful if in your head you can hear that coming pitch. So for instance, between C and D, I know that's a whole step. That's kind of like the beginning of Happy Birthday. And also lucky for us, scales are only composed of whole steps and half steps. So between my C and D is a whole step, D to E flat is a half step, E flat to F is a whole step, etc. So the whole step in my head, I'm hearing happy birthday, that's a whole step. And then the half step is jaws, ba-dum. That's the smallest interval that we have on our instruments. So we're going to try that same scale. We're going to hold it for 2 notes each, and we're going to work on hearing that coming note in our head before we play it. Ready? Go. 1, 2. Low 2. that scale. We're going to do it now twice as fast as that. So I'm going to think that I'm holding each note for one beat. It'll sound like this, etc. So the faster we go, the quicker I have to hear in my head, and the quicker I have to make those adjustments with my left hand. My bow doesn't really, it does have something to do with my intonation, but not as much as my left hand does. So we really want to make sure that we're feeling those half steps or whole steps before we're playing them. So let's try that just a little bit faster. Ready? Go. Working with the tuner, it can be really frustrating. I know it was for me when I first really kind of started working diligently with the tuner. So another way to still practice those scales without the frustration of that tuner is to use a drone. So I have Tonal Energy Tuner, which I'll link below. It's not sponsored or anything. I just really love the app. And they have a feature on here that can allow me to sustain a note. So I'm going to sustain C, that's our tonic. And I'm going to tune to that drone note. Okay, that was a little low and I scooted it. So instead of scooting around and looking for the note, I'm going to go back to my low 2 and try to find that 3 without adjusting. Okay, let me do those 3 notes again because they're a little bit tricky. Etc. And you can finish out the rest of the scale using that drone. There's another great option that I use in my orchestra classes all the time. It's called cello drones, and that drone's a C and a G, so it's the root of whatever you're playing the tonic note and the 5th. And that would sound like our open strings. So it's really useful to play with that 5th because then I can hear the difference between major and minor and how I need to adjust for those 2 notes. So if we're feeling comfortable with that natural minor, we're going to go on to our harmonic minor. And this is really similar to the natural minor, except we have an augmented second or a widened second to worry about between our 6th scale degree and our 7th scale degree, or our 6th and 7th note of that scale. So I'm going to start out the scale the same exact way that I was just playing it. My 6th note, that A flat. Instead of playing B flat here, like in natural minor, I'm going to raise that B flat to B natural, and that creates that augmented second between the A flat and the B natural. A lot of people think that this sounds like it's Middle Eastern music because it's very frequently used in the movies, that scale. So it sounds Middle Eastern to people, so we can easily recognize it by that augmented second. So we're going to do the same process for this scale. We're going to start out nice and slow, and we're going to really worry about that A flat being on the low side and the B natural being a little bit on the high side. We want it to be a very wide interval. So let's try that from our open C, and again, this is 4 beats. Ready? Go. 2. Really low 1. So let's try that scale now. We're going to go doubly fast, and I want to remind you to think of that really low A flat and the really high, or on the higher side, B natural. 2 beats per bow, per note. Ready? Go. Really low, really high. And let's try the doubly fast version of that with our C drone. 1 beat per note. Ready? Go. So now we've tackled 2 of our 3 minor scales. We're going to move on to melodic minor. You'll notice that for natural minor and for harmonic minor, it's the same going up as it is going down. This one has 2 different forms. So on the way going up, the only thing that changes from the major key, so like if it was C major, is that our third is lowered. So in C major, we have an E natural. In C minor, ascending or going up, we have an E flat. Everything else is the same as C major. Going down, it's the same as C natural minor. So my 7th and my 6th scale degrees or notes are lowered. So let's try the ascending version very slowly, and I'll call out the notes before we get there. So I'm starting on that open C again. D, E flat, F, G, A natural, B natural, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B, C. Now remember that going down is the same as natural minor, so B flat, A flat, and E flat are now in place. Let's try the descending version, starting from that 2 on the A string. B flat, A flat, G, F, B flat, D, C, B flat, A flat, G, F, E flat, D, C. So for that one, you kind of already practiced the natural minor. You kind of can use that 2-for-1 for melodic minor as well. So let's do that same scale. We're going to do it twice as fast this time, so 2 beats per note. And just remember that going up, we've got that slightly different version, and it's natural minor on the way down. Ready? Go. E flat. And B natural. B flat, A flat. And to finish that one off, let's put our drone on, and this time I'm going to drone that 5th, so I'm going to do C and G. And again, if you want those cello drones, they're linked in the description below. 1 beat per note. Ready, go. So I hope this video was really useful for you if you've never done minor scales before. If somebody asks you for a minor scale, they're probably asking for a melodic minor scale, and the name is in the title. Melodic, we usually play melodies, so we're going to play that melodic minor because we're going to encounter it a lot in our solo and orchestral repertoire. So again, I hope this was helpful. If there's anything that you still have questions about or minor scales that you're not quite sure about, post that in the comments below. I really enjoy trying to help from afar. Thanks as always for joining me, and stay tuned for our next video when we explore D minor.